Welcome back. After all the controversies and opposition, Chief Officer Naveen Laxman of Margao Municipality was transferred. Naveen will continue as Additional Collector Revenue at Margao South Goa Collectorate. B Tawde is new Chief Officer of Margao Municipality. Citizens and social activists of Margao were very happy with CEO Naveen Laxman and now wants Tawde to follow his footsteps.
I feel, in retrospect, if I had a good rapport with the elected representatives, then I think I could have achieved much more. That is what I feel.
In recovery front also you have made sincere attempts.
Yeah, recovery was really good, but it could have been much more. Around 3 crores was what was recovered in arrears. This is arrears. Out of 7 crores something, we recovered 3 crores, which is good. Which is really good for Margao Municipal Council.
The chief officer was in news over several good administrative measures and for collecting 3 crore revenue in short term. Naveen was also in news for passing a demolition order on an illegal structure of the then chairperson Gonzague Rebello. And since then, the councillors grouped together and demanded transfer of Naveen. Social activists supporting the chief officer during the controversial tenure in Margao praised Naveen for being non-corrupt and honest. The activists want the new chief officer to follow in the footsteps of Naveen.
Nobody can deny the fact that the council has gone to dogs. The councillors who are presently manning the council are in full corruption. So they should have ensured that they cooperate and the CEO remains. We are going to see that we will keep a watch on the activities also of the coming CEO. I only hope that the new chief officer who comes follows in the footsteps of this CEO who has been transferred.
To transfer him is not a solution. We need officer like him. It's obstacle. They don't want to work together with the upright position officer.
Chairperson Arturo De Silva said the council has not received any correspondence from the government over the transfer. He said the councillors wanted to work with Naveen as chief officer. He alleged that Naveen failed to clear file of Sonsodo capping.
Capping tender and the file is lying there from last 15 days. So second thing pre-monsoon desilting kam astali, cleaning of wells astali, magir air tender aslale. So it was kept pending only. And amkai must as he is the IAS officer plus IPS. Amkai tejona kam korpajan kite new shikpaje bari umid aslale.
Savio Dias for Prudent.
MPT wouldn't have handled coal properly if State Pollution Control Board had not interfered. Santines Creek has very high levels of fecal coliform. Hutments and colonies situated along the banks release sewage as they are illegal and do not have sewage connection. Connect them to the main sewage connection or evict them. State Pollution Control Board Chairman Zuzain Urona made these candid disclosures in a weekly program Head On. Board Chairman maintained that development should be need-based and it shouldn't be greed-based.
What about Santines Creek? You have done a special study on Santines Creek.
Santines Creek has got very high levels of fecal coliform, very high. They say there's a lot of hutments and colonies along the banks. Now they say they cannot get a sewage connection because they are illegally there. So in the absence of a sewage connection, they release their sewage into the creek. Where they resolve that, let us connect all these unconnected hutments or dwellings along the creek to the sewage facility, and that will remediate, move them from there. Obviously, either remove them from there, which I don't know how that can be done. But if they are still going to remain there and legally, if they can get themselves organized, then
we cannot allow them to pass on the sewage in the creek forever.
Not at all. If that should be stopped. Because for one thing, that berth number 10 and 11 was very close to the city. Second thing, they were doing it in manual handling. Whoever handles coal there now, it is the JSW or Adani, it's further away from the city for one. Second thing, they've been asked to put wind-breaking walls. They've been asked to do sprinkling with water so there's no dust that flies around.
All these changes took place because Pollution Control Board took a very harsh stand and said that enough is enough.
I would think so.
Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened.
I would think so. I mean, if people can get away with things, they do get away.
Let's divide between need and greed.
Absolutely.
And stop at need and not cross that line towards greed.
Need-based.
Need-based. The development should be need-based. It should not be greed-based.
In fact, this time the theme for the UNEP scheme was the same. It is like one world, 7 billion people, 7 billion dreams.
Hold municipal polls on an amicable day and let State Election Commission carry out the delimitation of the municipality wards. The demand comes from Congress too. Congress says that the delimitation should not be done by political parties. They have reiterated their demand of sacking Tourism Minister Dilip Parulekar for his controversial remark on recent gang rape.
Congress party strongly feels that the date of election should be on a clear day, should not coincide with any day of reverence of any of the communities of the state. And what they have proposed, 1st of November, that happens to be All Saints Day. And 2nd of November happens to be All Souls Day. Elections are going to be held in November. So we are strongly putting before the government that and demanding that the delimitation of wards for the municipal elections should be undertaken meritoriously by the State Election Commission only.
Party has also condemned the arrest of their youth leaders for protesting against the statement made by the Tourism Minister Dilip Parulekar.
सरकारान तांचेर इमिजिएटली FIR घाली. इतले सामके ओवर एक्टिव जाला गव्हर्नमेंट की एका सायडीन आमचे भुरगे हॉस्पिटलान पडल्या आणि विदिन अ स्पॅन ऑफ 1 and 1.5 hours त्या भुरग्यांचेर FIR लॉज जाता आणि विदिन 24 hours they are arrested. We strongly condemn this action of the government because these youth congress boys had full rights to protest democratically, which they were doing. The extent आम्ही ते मंत्र्याच्या दिलीप परुळेकरचो स्टेटमेंटाचो निषेध करता, त्याच बरोबर दिलीप परुळेकराक इमिजिएटली सॅक करचो म्हणून मागता आणि जे आमचे युथ काँग्रेसचे वर्कर्स डेमोक्रेटिकली प्रोटेस्ट करताले ते वर्कर्सांचेर FIR घालून सरकारान आज डेमोक्रेसी म्हणटा ताका कायंबो घासला.
Panaji police had arrested 7 activists of the Youth Congress wing late Sunday night for burning an effigy of Tourism Minister Dilip Parulekar on DB Marg and for allegedly obstructing traffic. They were subsequently released on bail. A reporter Nawaz Sheikh for Prudent.
Let's take a short break. Stay tuned.